Right now on 10 News this morning, roads shut down after a driver speeds away from police. Why authorities say they have no idea why the man ran.
The search is on this morning for a wanted fugitive. Why deputies say he's dangerous and the reward being offered to catch him.
And another day of increased humidity once we get past this cloud cover, but it's not going to last long. I'll let you know when we'll start to see some cooling. 10 News starts right now.
Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
Good morning. Great to have you here on this Saturday. We're on top of all the news you need to start your day. I'm Jim Patton.
I'm Mary McKenzie. We're glad you are here, and we'll turn it over to Melissa to start things off as we see a little cloud cover still this morning.
Yeah, you know, we're dealing with that for our morning hours, but it's going to shape up to be a nice day. Hot in our inland communities, but you know what, it is summertime and beautiful shots like this. This is a live look here at Del Mar, and right now we are seeing our temperatures at 69 degrees. The wind's coming out of the west 5 miles per hour. That sun set at 7:36 this evening. And taking a look at what we can expect for today. So the coast will be the place to go if you want to get some relief from the heat. We will be in the upper 70s, but it will be a nice day for the beach. A little bit muggy in our inland communities, and what we are watching for is a chance of those thunderstorms in our mountains and our deserts. When I come back, we'll take a look at your 7-day forecast. Jim, over to you.
Mel, thank you. New from overnight, streets are back open this morning after they were shut down while police chased a man who drove off after they asked him to pull over. Happened in Mira Mesa sometime after 1 in the morning. Police say they were trying to pull that driver over for having no plate. They say he started to, but then sped off. They chased the driver, forcing Mira Mesa Boulevard to shut down. He did eventually stop after another officer showed up. Police say they still had no idea why the driver ran, but then they told us he was on probation.
Now to a crime alert. Right now, sheriff's deputies are looking for this man. They say that he's dangerous, wanted for robbery, child cruelty, and drugs. His name is Kevin Manriquez. He's known to spend time in Spring Valley, they say, and they're offering a $1,000 reward for any information leading to his arrest.
Developing story, Navy veteran accused of torturing his neighbor's pets is now facing 16 years in prison if convicted. Prosecutors trying the case against David Herbert say that he waged a, quote, war of terror against 2 families. We were ordered to blur his face in court, but his picture, as you see, was already published. He's accused of poisoning, beating, and pouring acid on his neighbor's huskies. Detectives tell us they found a container of acid, a bloody softball bat, and dog DNA in Herbert's house and car. A second neighbor's dog also vanished. That dog's name was Layla.
We would come home from work and school, she would run up, she would waggle her spoiled tail. You know, she wanted to love you, she wanted to be loved. She would never hurt anybody.
Herbert holds both U.S. and Jamaica passports, so a judge kept his bail at $1 million.
We're going to go back live to Charlottesville, Virginia right now. You're looking at a protest and a counter-protest. You're seeing some things being thrown in the air. We've seen in a couple of different live looks some tear gas as well, it looks like. And there have been a few skirmishes already. There's, of course, the white nationalist rally and then the counter-protest against it.
Yeah, the rally was formed because they're angry that a statue of Robert E. Lee is being removed from the campus. So they're protesting that. Then there was a battle beforehand, a court battle over whether or not the protest could move forward, and a federal judge ruled that in fact it could. And then both sides lined up in terms of the number of people they were going to have arrive at the protest. Police were anticipating anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 people would be there. And you see now there are large crowds that are facing off.
And there was we've seen violence this morning, Melissa, but you also found some, I mean, it's been last night there were episodes and then even this morning already.
Yeah, you know, and of course everyone here has their phone. They are filming and posting what's going on. Unfortunately, we are seeing scenes like this, people punching each other during these protests here, chasing each other. And you saw one guy punch another man in the face. Again, this was from the protest this morning. The mayor has called what's going on here a cowardly display of hatred. And unfortunately, this is just getting started. So hopefully the rest of the day is peaceful. But of course, this is something we will continue to watch here on 10 News.
And
Mary?
I just keep getting struck, Melissa, by the number of people you're seeing in riot gear in that video, and none of them are law enforcement members.
Yeah,
Those
at least in this
protesters.
particular scene, we can't see them here, but we could just see
Right
various
there.
people running after each other. Yeah, so this is a very short clip, but there are many clips of what's going on here. And it's a developing story, both sides clashing with each other. Of course, something we'll continue to keep an eye on.
Mel, thank you. New this morning, the tensions between the U.S. and North Korea, it's ratcheting up this morning. ABC's Martha Raddatz tells us about North Korea's new response and a warning after President Trump tweets that the U.S. is ready to take action against the communist country.
Just hours ago, the first word from North Korea since Kim Jong-un's regime announced plans to launch missiles into the waters off Guam. This morning saying if the Trump administration does not want the American empire to meet its tragic doom, they had better talk and act properly. That statement clearly in response to President Trump's string of warnings, from his Friday tweet saying the U.S. military is locked and loaded to his latest.
If anything happens to Guam, there's going to be big trouble in North Korea.
This morning, the governor of Guam releasing a video of a call he received from the president overnight.
We are with you 1,000%.
Reassuring him of the White House's support, even promising a tourism boon.
Eddie, I have to tell you, you've become extremely famous. All over the world, they're talking about Guam, and they're talking about you, and I think your tourism, you're going to go up in like 10-fold with the expenditure of no money, so I congratulate you.
Still, Guam's Department of Homeland Security releasing these pamphlets telling residents how to prepare for an imminent missile threat, urging American citizens there to not look at the flash or fireball of a possible nuclear blast. It can blind you. Here in Seoul, the threat is so close, just 35 miles to the border, a matter of minutes for a ballistic missile. You can actually get very close to North Korea just driving outside of Seoul. That's North Korea just across that river. We can see apartment buildings, but if you look closer, you can see they're all empty. Worldwide, America's allies promised to rush to America's side. Japan, South Korea, and Australia all vowing to help, but a rebuke from German Chancellor Angela Merkel, saying, I think an escalation in language is not the answer.
Well, I think maybe she's speaking for Germany. Let her speak for Germany.
And that was ABC's Martha Raddatz reporting. China's president called President Trump last night and urged restraint from both sides.
And Mary, we have a couple big issues up here in the North County. So the 78 West, right now we have a SIG alert at San Marcos. That's because of a crash there, overturned car. And at last check, all lanes were blocked. But you see also the red there on the 5 South, a big construction project going on right now. 2 lanes are closed, creating a backup there. So the area closes from Encinitas to Santa Fe. But if you are going to be taking the 5 South or have friends and family coming from LA, Orange County, just keep this in mind. This is going to be ongoing here for a couple more hours. Jim?
Happening today, you have a chance to weigh in on the future of Qualcomm Stadium during an open house in Mission Valley. Next year, the public will vote on the soccer city development. But if that is rejected, the Mission Valley Community Plan could come into play. And you can check out that plan today from 10 to 6 at the Westfield Mission Valley Mall. With the Chargers gone, City is losing millions of dollars a year on Qualcomm Stadium. San Diego State still needs the stadium, though, for Aztecs football. Happening today, a group will be running all day today, and we mean all day today, from Encinitas to Chula Vista to benefit Planned Parenthood.
10 News reporter Jessica Chen is live now in Torrey Pines. You've been moving kind of all over as the runners do as well. Jessica, good morning.
Good morning. That's right. We're following the runners. We started up at Encinitas. We stopped in Del Mar. And now we are in Torrey Pines where the runners are about to take off. But right now I'm joined by Lisa. We're going to catch you before you start running again. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm so happy to be here.
What made you interested in joining this run and, of course, to benefit Planned Parenthood?
Yeah, well, I felt really inspired by the Run for All Women, which was in January, and I really feel that Planned Parenthood provides amazing services to women and men all over the country. Here in San Diego and Riverside and Imperial counties, they serve 137,000 people per year. It's so important to make sure we're supporting that access to health care.
So, of course, this run is also a fundraiser.
Yeah.
What's the money going to be used towards?
It's for direct patient care services through Planned Parenthood of the Pacific Southwest.
And this is a Run for Women, a fairly new organization.
Yeah, it started last year in New York, and the original goal was to run from New York to D.C., and that's what they did, and they raised, I think, around $100,000 with that run. Pretty impressive.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Good luck.
Thanks.
Again, we're following the runners as they make their way south or eventually make their way down to Chula Vista, but their next stop will be the glider port. For now, reporting in Torrey Pines, Jessica Chen, 10 News.